Hello, this is Ali Sayed Bulgari, and I decided to start my 3ds Max course for free. All of the course will be free for everybody, and I provide this course in Turkish and English language for everybody, but uh, none of them is my mother tongue, and please accept my apologize if I had a vocabulary or grammatically problem in my language. So let me start this course by saying some general things about the 3ds Max and the program viewports. So the default color of the 3ds Max isn't like mine because I change it to my desired colors because I use 3ds Max program maybe more than 8 or 10 hours a day. So I choose a color that don't tire me in working every day with programs. So the default color is, you can find it here, customize user custom UI and default switcher. So the default color is like this. You can see here a dark one, but I change it to this color and set it. You can choose one of them and set. So I don't change the my color of the programs because I like this. So let me start with viewports. We have 4 viewports in 3ds Max program. The 3D one, perspective. The second one is we have just one 3D viewport, and that is the perspective, and the other ones is 2D, front, top and left, and all of them is 2D. And this is so useful, I think, because mostly we can use the other parts next to the 3D parts. So I think this is a fantastic for the users. We can see in the right part, I think this is the most important part in the 3ds Max. This is a command panel. You can open or hide or unhide it with clicking the command panel. I press right click here and I see the command panel, and I can hide or unhide it from there. And this is the main part of the 3ds Max program. We have a create part, modify, some others, and maybe we will use the create part and modify part more than other tools here. And in the top we have a main toolbar here. As you can see, I can hide and unhide it by right click here or here and pressing the main toolbar. And another things, we have a grids here. As you can see, this is the our grids, and we have a shortcut or a hotkey for hide or unhiding the grids. This is the G. You can press G for hide or unhide the grids, as you can see. But you should know we hide or unhide the grids in selective viewports. The viewports can be selected. As you can see, which viewports I selected have a yellow boundary around it. So when I can select the front view and press G, the grids will be disappeared, as you can see. So another hotkey that I want to say to you is Alt plus W for magnifying the viewports. So we have 4 viewports now, but I want to see just the perspective viewports. So I can press Alt plus W to doing this. And for undoing this or come back to the first view, I can select Alt plus W again. So I can do this with Alt W, and also for coming back to the 4 view I can do this again, Alt W. Most of my friends want to working in the perspectives, and I think it is good because we can see the top or front or mm, left part here also, but some others want to work like this. Okay, that's enough I think for the starting. And in the right button part we have some toolbars like zoom, like pan, like FOV, and some others that I will be taught in depth in the future. So let me start with the create part. In the create part of the command panel, this is command panel as you can see, and the first one is create, for creating geometry, shapes, lights, cameras, and the other helpers and the other things. So in the create geometry we have standard primitives. There are some other parts here as you can open it and you can see here. So the first part is the standard primitives in geometry. We have a 10 essential objects for creating here. So let me start with box. Select and drag in 3D Max is a most important and useful things in 3D Max. We will create everything with click and drag. For example, we can choose box by left click. Let me do it again. Choose box by left click, and I click in the viewport. You can do it in each viewport do you like, but I use perspective viewport for creating my box. So you will click in the viewport, and after and you should keep the left click for defining the length and width of your box. For example, I want my box length and width to be like this. So, and after defining that, you will define the heights of the box like this. So I will press Alt W and come the perspective views. So let me do it again. Just please see this part. When I choose the box, my mouse will change. Normally this is my mouse, okay, but after the clicking box this is have a different shape, so I can create another box. So until I didn't turn off the box and this is a yellow, this my program just keeping to creating a new box, as you can see. That's okay. By right click you can cancel the creating a new boxes. As you can see, I do it. So by clicking on the box we have some lists here. For example, the name list. Okay. The first one is the name and the color. We can provide a name for our creating box and also the color. Maybe I want to be add ABC as a name and blue one for a color. For example, I'll select this blue and click to OK. And now I'm sorry, this one for that one, I can do it here. I'm sorry for about that. Again, I do it. I can change the ABC and change the color of my box to the blue one. As you can see, the box color is changed, and also the name. The second thing is the cube or box. What's the difference between cube or box? As you know, cube, this is a box that have a same length, width, and height, but in the box you can have a different lengths, widths, and heights. So the second part, we have a keyboard entry that we can create our box from adding our keyboard. So you can define the coordinates here. The 0, coordinates is here, this point, and you can define the coordinates from here, and the length, width, and height from here. Maybe 2, 3, and 1, and I press the create, and this is create the box for me. That's it. And we can delete it by pressing the delete. This is the easiest way for deleting the objects that we have. Okay, the other things you should know about the box and these primitives is the length segs, width segs, and height segs. What's the meaning of segs? This is it means it's segments. So we can increase the segments. You didn't see anything in the viewport happen to our box. You can press F4 for seeing the segments of your objects, as you can see in the width segments and also the height segments. Most of my students most of the students ask me, so what's the difference when we didn't have the segments? So I should respond to them. This is depends on the objects or the shapes you want to create after the modifying. Maybe let me provide an example. I have this and I want to have a bend. So I do it for you. Maybe, as you can see, this box can't be bent because it hasn't the enough segments. So in box part I can increase the segment parts. As you can see, it's start to bending, and how my segments will increase, the bend will be smoother, like this. That's great. Okay, the segments is for about that, and also for some other modifiers. But I have to say that when we increase the number of segments, our scene will be heavier than the smaller number of segments. So this is important to when we decide how many segments we need, and you can do it just by your experience. After maybe some month that you used to using 3ds Max, you will know how many segments you need. So this isn't our topics today. So also in the box we have the snipper snaps here, and we can increase the numbers here by clicking there. So the students maybe ask me how do I change the snipping snaps, spinner snaps, I'm sorry. We have a spinner snap here, and I can right click on it and change the number of the snaps. We have a snap here, preferences, setting, general, and snap setting here. I can to increase it to a 5 and click OK. And when until it is on, my please look at here. I can like 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Okay, but if I turn it off, it increases like this. Also, we can open the preferences setting from the customize and preferences. And two another important things is here. One of the undo, send undo. In default of the program, 3ds Max program, we have a 20 part here, and but I think it is so low for the 3ds Max, so I increase it to 200. Maybe is good because in most of the scene we need to undo the scene maybe more than 100 times, but you need to have a great memory for doing this. My PC memory is 24, I think, so I don't have but if you don't have a good RAM, you can not do this, or you can use your SSD hard disk for your RAM. This is the other topics, and maybe I will teach it if you need it. Okay, and the another important things, I used to change my toolbars to a smaller one because I use more toolbars, and I will add the new toolbars to my main toolbars. As you can see, solid rocks, copy and paste, camera view, and copy a material, VMPP4, and some others. So I used to decrease my main toolbar size from here. In default, the tick of this part is on, but I turn it off because I want to use small toolbars. Okay, I will press OK for this. Okay, we don't use this part until because this is for a rendering and the mapping part. I don't teach these two until we go to the rendering part and relay part. So I think we can say we can create a box from the 3D Max. So we have the segments. You can decrease it to the smallest one by right click on here. So but some of my students ask me, we create the box and with maybe our desired lengths, widths and heights, and after that I click the other box here, but I decided to change this box primitive. How can I do this? I have to say that you can select which one that you want, and then you can go to the modifier part and you can change here any primitives you want, maybe the lengths, widths or heights or the segments, and the name of the box from here and the color of the box from here, like this or like this. This is the easiest way. That's enough for the box. We should go to the cone part. Okay, like the box, we can define the radius of the cone, bottom radius, and the heights, and click again top radius. One time again, we will press the left click here, define the first radius, button radius and release it and define the heights. Click left again and define the top radius. Just it. So we have a side here. This is the radius 1, radius 2 and heights. As you can see, we can change that. Radius 1, radius 2 can be 0, can be 0 the bottom part also, and the heights here. Also it has the sides. This is the sides. For example, this is one side, second side, third side, fourth sides, and we have a 24 sides on, because this is it has a circle base, so we can increase it for getting a smaller, smoother cone, or we can decrease it to the at least 3 like this, and we can increase it, and you can create a nice shapes, maybe 4, 6, 7, 8, and I use this shape more time in my modeling part. And you can provide the same radius for the top and the bottom, like 15, 50 and 50 like this, and you can increase the heights to 500 maybe like this, and also you can increase the sides to maybe 28 to be like this. And we have another option here. This is the smooth part. You can, let me turn off the F4. You can press smooth. As you can see here, it's shown like this. If my smooth is be turned off like this. And this is the segments that we have. We had it in box, and we will have it in all of these parts, and we can increase it or decrease it. At least the minimum number of that is 1, and the maximum is undefined. That's it. For the objects that have the circle base, we can slice all of them. What's the meaning of slice? I will turn it on, and I can say slice my object from 90 degree to maybe 0 or 100 like this, or any other that you want like this. Okay, just it. And like the box part, you can use the modifier for modify your objects after the creating it. Okay, we have a create part and we have a modify part. We can modify it after the creating. We can modify it after the creating it. I think this is enough for our first section, and I have to say that be happy every day and every time, and have a good time. See you later.